Welcome to Have You Read It, the channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today, we're diving into Adam Grant's insightful book, Give and Take, a revolutionary approach to success. This book challenges conventional wisdom about the road to success, arguing that our reciprocity style, how we approach our interactions with others, plays a pivotal role in our achievements. Are you someone who tends to give more than you get, match giving and taking evenly, or focus on claiming value from others? Grant categorizes these styles as givers, matchers, and takers, and he makes a compelling case for the surprising success of givers. Let's set the stage with a story from Silicon Valley. Venture capitalist David Hornick offered entrepreneur Danny Shader a lucrative deal. Instead of pressuring Shader to sign quickly, Hornick, a giver at heart, encouraged him to explore other options. Shader ultimately signed with a different investor, leaving Hornick questioning his approach. This might seem like a case of nice guys finish last, but the story takes an unexpected turn. Shader, impressed by Hornick's generosity and integrity, later invited him to invest in his company and recommended him to other entrepreneurs. Hornick's giving style, though initially appearing costly, ultimately expanded his network and opportunities. Grant introduces us to these reciprocity styles, giving, taking, and matching, as the fundamental ways we interact at work. Takers prioritize their own interests, aiming to get more than they give. Givers, on the other hand, focus on contributing value to others without keeping score. Matchers strive for a balance, seeking reciprocity in their interactions. Interestingly, research across various fields shows that givers often occupy both the bottom and the top rungs of the success ladder. Studies of engineers, medical students, and salespeople revealed that while some givers struggle, sacrificing their own work to help others, other givers achieve extraordinary productivity and success. The key difference lies in the strategies they employ. What sets successful givers apart? Grant explores their unique approaches to networking, collaboration, evaluating others, and influencing. Successful givers build expansive networks by focusing on adding value, not just claiming it. They recognize the power of dormant ties, reconnecting with past contacts who often provide novel information and opportunities. Unlike takers who network strategically, aiming for personal gain, givers build genuine relationships that benefit everyone involved. This creates a ripple effect, as others reciprocate and pay their generosity forward. A prime example is Adam Rifkin, dubbed Fortune's best networker, who built his extensive network by consistently offering 5-minute favors. In collaborations, successful givers prioritize the group's goals, earning respect and idiosyncrasy credits that grant them the freedom to introduce innovative ideas. They're also more forgiving of others' mistakes, creating psychologically safe environments where colleagues feel comfortable taking risks. Comedy writer George Meyer, a key contributor to The Simpsons, exemplifies this collaborative spirit, often giving away credit for his jokes to support other writers. In contrast, architect Frank Lloyd Wright's taker approach led him to isolate himself, hindering his productivity until he recognized the value of collaboration. Evaluating others is another area where givers excel. They recognize potential where others don't, focusing on motivation and grit rather than solely on talent. This fosters self-fulfilling prophecies, as their belief in others inspires those individuals to perform better. C.J. Skender, a highly acclaimed accounting professor, has a knack for spotting talent by identifying students with strong work ethic and a genuine interest in learning. He pushes them to achieve their potential, leading many to top scores and successful careers. In contrast, basketball executive Stu Inman, despite his giver tendencies, made the mistake of escalating commitment to underperforming players, over-investing in them due to sunk costs and ego threat. In influencing others, givers often adopt a powerless communication style that proves surprisingly effective. By expressing vulnerability, asking questions, speaking tentatively, and seeking advice, they build trust and prestige. This contrasts with takers who rely on powerful communication, asserting dominance to gain influence. Dave Walton, a successful trial lawyer who stutters, found that his vulnerability actually created a stronger connection with juries. Powerless communication, though seemingly disadvantageous, can make givers appear more genuine and approachable. However, it's important for givers to balance this style with assertiveness when advocating for their own interests or the interests of others. But giving has its downsides, and many givers struggle with burnout and exploitation. The good news is that these challenges can be overcome. Burnout, Grant argues, stems not from excessive giving, but from a lack of feedback about the impact of that giving. Selfless givers, who prioritize others' needs above their own, are especially vulnerable to burnout. Otherish givers, however, find a balance, pursuing their own ambitions while contributing to others. They also avoid becoming doormats by employing strategies like sincerity screening, recognizing and limiting interactions with takers, and becoming more assertive when necessary. Conray Callahan, a teacher at Overbrook High School, exemplifies the struggle with burnout. Feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of teaching in a disadvantaged school, she found renewed energy, not by giving less, but by giving more in different domains. Mentoring other teachers and starting a nonprofit gave her a stronger sense of impact, reigniting her passion for teaching. Avoiding exploitation is another key challenge for givers. They often overestimate the trustworthiness of others, making them susceptible to takers who disguise themselves as givers. Sincerity screening becomes a crucial skill as givers learn to recognize takers and adjust their reciprocity style accordingly. Peter Audette, the financial advisor, learned this lesson the hard way, being exploited by takers who stole his clients and money. He eventually developed strategies to protect himself while continuing to give generously to those deserving of his help. There are a few simple yet powerful heuristics for becoming a successful giver. Chunk your giving rather than sprinkling it, focusing your efforts on specific times and causes to maximize impact and avoid burnout. Ask for help when you need it, recognizing that seeking advice is not a sign of weakness, but a way to build relationships and gain valuable insights. Become an advocate for others, as this will make you more assertive in pursuing their interests, and often your own as well. Finally, recognize that giving is not a zero-sum game. When givers succeed, their success creates a ripple effect, benefiting others and ultimately contributing to a more productive and fulfilling work environment. Give and Take offers a refreshing perspective on success, challenging us to rethink our assumptions about ambition, generosity, and the true meaning of achievement. By understanding our reciprocity style and learning the strategies of successful givers, we can unlock our potential to make a difference in the world while also achieving our own goals. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book dive.